Hello, how's everybody doing? I'm like a little kid. People sometimes like you're a little kid, but I feel as children we have hope. And I was just had dinner with my new mentor and boss, Makani Timber-Nixon from Praxis Project, and she was talking about lack of hope. You know, and I think sometimes we have to have fun and smile, and this is a devastating time, but we have to be like children and hope that we're going to get through this. So I just want to share a quick story and then talk about KIN, Katrina Information Network, KatrinaAction.org. After a 21-hour drive, we, Brad, a videographer, and King Downey, who just walked in from the ACLU, arrived in New Orleans. As we crossed the border of Mississippi, we spoke to folks displaced. White middle-class folks who have not seen a FEMA or Red Cross vehicle since the hurricane hit. Many Mexicano and Honduran immigrants just wandering around while ICE was picking people up. One thing many Latino brothers and sisters stressed was the fear that they are facing from white vigilantes trying to move them out of the city. And going into the shelters and seeing ICE, the federal immigration police who are down here in force. Speaking to a white middle-class man in Slidell who lost everything, he told us, America died to me on Tuesday, August 30th. I voted for Bush, but that rapper guy, Kanye, he was right. As we approached New Orleans, after 2 military checkpoints with M16s pointed at us, we found our way to Canal Street. As we went down Canal Street, the damage was surreal. There was a boat in the street, toxic sludge in the streets, but what we immediately noticed was a number of police, military contractors, and Blackwater mercenaries protecting property. We came upon the convention center, and after all the cleanup, it still looked like a living hell. The smell of dead bodies was overwhelming. What was more crazy and really showed the inhumanity and the violation of human rights as is defined by the International Convention on Human Rights, and the criminal misconduct of these devils, and that includes Condi and Alberto, is that there were plenty of hotels. The Marriott, the Wyndham, the Holiday Inn, they were completely habitable. If the Supreme Court can take my house on eminent domain, why didn't they declare eminent domain on August 29th and take all corporate property for the public good? As Brad stated, the convention center is our modern-day slave vessel, and our people are in the midst of a new middle passage. Why? 5 feet from this hotel were the castles called the Marriott, the Wyndham, the Holiday Inn. If one thing I want people to know is that these 4 or 5 hotels within a block area were completely intact. These hotels still had water, boxes of water, thousands of boxes of water that we saw, mattresses, could have housed thousands of people as people were outside the convention looking in. A man about the age of 40, a white man, said, I can't believe they shot those young men as they were trying to get people into that hotel. As I spoke to him, he said that he remembered seeing 3 young black men were trying to take over the hotels and make it a makeshift medical center to get elderly and babies into safer conditions. The young people had pledged to stay in the convention center as long as their grandmothers and babies could go across the street. But as they were approached, the Blackwater mercenaries were already there, ready to fire. Outside all the hotels, you could see makeshift camps where people had lived. The conditions were atrocious. As we continued to document and talk to people, we were approached by 2 military police that said we had to leave now. They said we were not official. When we began to question this and say there are all kinds of people walking around the city of New Orleans, they informed us we could follow orders to be arrested. As we left, we saw a black man and woman looking like living ghosts wandering around the city. Are you leaving? They said. No, we could never leave. This is our home. As we traveled into Algiers, the destruction kept going. As much as folks want to talk about looting, we ran into many white folks who said, of course we looted, we had to survive. We then met up with Brother Malik Rahim and met with 30 organizers that are organizing here. They are committed to staying here for weeks, so folks need to try and come and spend a couple of days here. Malik and his wife Sharon are the People's Command Center right now. It's amazing to see how our people come and how self-determination is always manifested in the worst of times. They've opened up their own media clinic, which is why I'm able to send out this email to you, Davey, 10 days after this hurricane. There's no electricity, but somehow God has allowed us to have electricity here to send these stories out. We can't leave Algiers tonight, Davey. Why? Because there's a curfew. The military has said after dark, anyone in the streets or on a porch will be shot. Algiers is the hub for Black people. As New Orleans is under martial law, last night around 6:30, we were informed that we would get one warning shot. After that, we could be shot on the spot. Throughout the night, we sat in front of Malik's house and we saw groups of white men riding around in pickup trucks, vigilantes along with the New Orleans Police Department, and as always, the NYPD. Yes, y'all, the NYPD is in New Orleans. This has now become the battleground for our people. Lastly, at the end of the day, I love my people. I love them more every day. Check out these pictures, because even in the midst of hell, cats are politically clear on what they want and need. Many have expressed that they don't want to see any more press conferences, no more R. Sharptons, no more elected officials. They don't want that. They want long-term strategy and a right to return. All they're saying is get down here and help us. This is my dispatch from the South. Rosa Clemente, September 13, 2005.